the big loser in the Democratic debate last night was Barack Obama's legacy, because boy did they shit all over that. Seriously, if you just watch that not knowing anything about politics right now, you would totally think that Barack Obama was the incumbent president for the other party and that's who they're going to run against. But nope, he was the last president of their party, and arguably one of the most popular presidents, like political figures, of the last 35 years. It's of the last 35 years, the most popular presidents would either be him or Ronald Reagan, and they're just shitting all over him. Oh, because that's where the Democratic Party is. They're too left. Barack Obama is too far right for them. Oh, well, let's get into it. I'm going to do a little, because I watched the first debate, the first night. I didn't watch it, but I saw enough highlights. I got the gist of it. And it was basically Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren versus people with a brain who aren't going anywhere. But yeah, John Delaney said some stuff, basically arguing over Medicare for all, saying you can't pay that without raising taxes on the moderate, raising taxes on the middle class substantially. But yeah, then Bernie Sanders doing Bernie Sanders things and just waving his hands around. I don't know where I am. I just walked out here. Old man yelling at the sky. Then, yeah, Pocahontas, Elizabeth Warren kind of doing the same thing. But the weird thing about the first night is Bernie Sanders and Liz Warren did not attack each other, which doesn't make sense, because for one of them to get the nomination, one of them has to drop out, because they have the exact same base. They're the radical commie with stupid ideas. But if they're in the same spot, they're splitting the vote, and it's going to keep them both at 10 to 15%. One of them needs to drop out for either one of them to have a chance, and instead of trying to distinguish themselves from each other, saying why they're better than the other, they're basically scratching each other's backs. So, and then Marianne Williamson, God, she is the best. Just saying kooky stuff. That's what I want Marianne Williamson to win this nomination, because those debates would be awesome. She's just saying kooky, weird stuff about healing the country with love and essential oils. That's what we need. We're in this right now with Donald Trump. We already have a reality TV star president. Let's go full weird and get Marianne Williamson there and have them talk, have them debate. Oh, but not a whole lot to say about the first debate. Like I said, it was Bernie Sanders and fake Native American Elizabeth Warren saying Medicare for all, and the moderates, people with a brain, saying, how are you going to pay for that? They're saying, quit using government right-wing talking points, which in Democrat terms means I don't have an answer to that question. How dare you ask that to me? So that was the first debate. Second debate, I actually did watch, and Kamala Harris is done. I'm going to say that right now. She looked horrible. Horrible. She got beat up on the Medicare for all again by Joe Biden, who looked a lot better. Joe Biden, you're going to stick with Kamala Harris. She got destroyed for Medicare for all by Joe Biden and Michael Bennett. Destroyed her. And she got destroyed on criminal justice reform by Tulsi Gabbard, and not just the Michael Bennett and Joe Biden just kind of hit her down. She would have been fine. They got the best of her in that, but in that exchange, but Tulsi Gabbard destroyed her. If you haven't watched it, go watch it on YouTube. Just saying all the awful things she did as the Attorney General of California. It was glorious. Oh, and then another stupid thing. Oh, Kirsten Gillibrand. Why is she even? Does anybody even care about her at all? People know her name because she was the crazy girl saying stuff during the Kavanaugh hearings, but that's it. That's the only reason anybody knows who she is. And then she said, "I'm going to run for president," and nobody likes her. She is a less likable Hillary Clinton. And Hillary Clinton is extraordinarily unlikable. But yeah, she said in talking about why she would be the best person to run for president, she said she can convince and it's all this. The whole thing was about race too. And she said, "Oh, I could win because I could go to suburban white women and tell them who voted for Donald Trump and to explain to them white privilege." Seriously, yeah, that's going to win the middle of the country. That's going to win you Michigan, Ohio, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. You're going to go lecture people in the middle of the country about white privilege. Yeah, good luck with that, Democrats. But she's not going anywhere. But God, she's just so irritating. That's what people want, to be lectured by a woman who's changed positions so many times. People have lost count. When she first got elected to Senate, she was pro-life and supported the NRA. Now she's for murder of babies up until the point of birth and anti-gun. She's whatever she needs to be to survive. And it's just horrible. Horrible. But she's not, like I said, she's not going anywhere. Cory Booker. Like, he's not going. Cory Booker's not going anywhere either. But he didn't say anything great. He had tried to attack Joe Biden on criminal justice, and then Joe Biden brought up how New York, which he was the mayor of Newark, New Jersey. Booker said was a horrible governed city when he was a mayor, and still is horribly governed. And then it just then he just got his eyes real big, and that's about all he did. Then he said the stupidest line of the night. He said, "Why are we all attacking each other when we should be attacking Donald Trump?" Because it's a debate. That's what you do on a debate, is you debate the ideas with the people there. God, you're so stupid. But yeah, he's toast. He's not going anywhere. Like I said, Michael Bennett had a good line against Kamala Harris, and it sounded sane. But he's not going anywhere because he's too sane. So he's not going anywhere. Julian Castro, brought up open borders again, like decriminalizing crossing the borders, and then he brought up the same thing that Bernie and Liz Warren were saying the night before about open borders, stop with these right-wing talking points, blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, these aren't right-wing talking points. These are things that anybody with a brain would think. Because guess what? You're getting asked by other Democrats. The person who said having decriminalizing border crossings is a bad idea will encourage people to not go to border crossing stations. The person the moderator quoted in asking the question was Jay Johnson, the director of Homeland Security for Barack Obama. But right-wing talking points. And even if they were right-wing talking points, if you can't answer them now, how are you going to answer them when Donald Trump is the one asking the questions? Either way, you're gonna have to answer these questions when it gets to the main and to the general, and they don't have any answers now, and they're not gonna have any answers later because these are horrible, horrible ideas. Medicare for all and decriminalizing border crossings. So let's get to Joe Biden. He looked horrible in the last debate. This one came off way better, and all he had to do was not lose. He didn't have to win this debate. He just had to not lose, and he accomplished that. He looked tired. He looked confused. He looked jumbled. But he got some few good counter punches against Kamala Harris and made a good got his message out there of what makes him look moderate. He's not a moderate, but made him look moderate, which is what he needs to do to win a general. And that's his lane. That's his lane this whole time is Uncle Joe. We all know him. We all love him. He's a little creepy, but nobody cares. That's his shtick. That's what he's going with. But he looked tired. He looked old. He looked tired. I don't know if he could handle a general against Donald Trump. Donald Trump would use that against him a lot. He looked tired. And then just points. Whenever he'd run out of time, when he really started getting going, the moderator would say, "Time is up," and then he just stopped talking. Everybody else is talking. Is like if they're in the middle of a point, when the moderator says time's up, they get their point in, just keep going and get that last punch in. He just stopped talking. It made him look lost. Made him look like he really didn't have a way to finish that. And I didn't think he looked good. He did what he needed to do to survive because that's all he has to do is survive, and he'll probably get the nomination. But the real winner of the debate, Tulsi Gabbard. God, she's awesome. She destroyed Kamala Harris, like I said. She was the winner of this debate. I hope she makes it to the next debate. She's gonna be close to the cutoff, but she did good in the last debate. She won. I think she won this one. If you're asking me, she won this last debate. After both debates, she's been the most Googled candidate. I think she's going to get enough to make it to the final debate. I hope so, because she comes across as sane. I mean, her economic policy, she's far, far left, but I like her foreign policy. Most Republicans don't, but I like her foreign policy plan. She's kind of an isolationist. It's a little too isolation-y for me, but I lean more isolation than world police. So I thought like I said, I thought she won. I don't know if she could beat Trump just because of her foreign policy. A lot of Democrats don't like. A lot of moderates don't like that. Either moderate Democrats or moderate Republicans. But she's a good talker. She's a good debater. She comes across as sane. She would give Donald Trump trouble, but she's not getting out of the primary. And that's what I'm gonna get. Now let's get to that. No one of the top tier people, none of them can beat Donald Trump. None of them. Kamala Harris is done after this one. Like, she looked bad. She looked like she is. She's someone who lies a lot, has bad ideas, and when she's good at the attack, but when someone's attacking her, she has nothing to say. She just laughs and gets confused and avoids questions. Bernie Sanders and Pocahontas, they're too radical. They are too radical to win a general election. Everybody knows that. That's why they're not higher than what they are. And if both of them stay in, neither one of them will get it. For either one of them to even get the nomination, one of them has to drop out. Like I said, Cory Booker is not even in the top thing as much as what the media thinks he is. He's not. Cory Booker's not going anywhere. So then Joe Biden. Joe Biden, now that out of them four, has the best shot of beating Donald Trump, but God, he looks so old. He looks old. He looks tired. He's jumbled. I don't think he could win a general election with Trump attacking him. I don't think he could. And Joe Biden comes across as the moderate you need to be to win a general, but I don't think he could do it. Honestly, if John Delaney wins the nomination, which he's not, he's probably not even going to make the next debate. But if he somehow gets the nomination, John Delaney would beat Donald Trump in a general election. I'd call that right now. Michael Bennet might be able to. But the four that actually have a shot at winning can't do it. And if Bernie Sanders or Elizabeth Warren don't drop out, Joe Biden's going to be the nomination. Kamala's done, because even after a boost from that last debate where she did really well, she dropped back to the mean even before this debate where she looked horrible. So she's done. It's Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and Joe Biden. And if both those first two stay in, Joe Biden gets it, and he is the Democratic nomination. And I don't think he can beat Donald Trump. I don't. He looks tired. He looks old. He looks lost on the stage. So, yeah, that's basically the debate. Joe Biden looking lost, but doing enough to survive. Kamala Harris getting destroyed, and everybody hates Barack Obama. Not just Republicans, and everybody hates Barack Obama, which, as someone who dislikes Barack Obama's presidency, thought it was horrible, it just kind of makes me happy on the inside. So, yeah, that's the debate. If you have any thoughts on it, any thoughts of your own, comment, let me know. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll do this again after the next debate. So, and I believe that's in September. So, thank you all for watching again. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.